we are, and the people we find there whom we had not expected. But even more, we will be surprised at the people we don't find there. But do you remember that this Jesus Christ says, you're not going to be asked, did you pray? Did you go to church? No. Did you give water to the thirsty? Did you clothe the naked? Did you feed the hungry? I want to submit that that is the lesson God is teaching us. My dear children, I love you, all of you, says God, because you are my children. There are no stepchildren. And you who are powerful for the sake of the weak. You are powerful for the sake of the weak. This is, we say, maybe a universe, natural universe, phenomenological laws. When you put your hand on a hot stove, it's going to burn, always. But this is also a moral universe. There's no way in which injustice and oppression will ever have the last word. So when 6 million people are killed, those who are strutting around like invincible cocks of the walk bite the dust. Hitler. That is what we said at home. We used to say, they've got guns, but they've already lost. This is a moral universe. When you fire rockets at civilians, you're going to pay. You're going to have to account. But equally, when you kill 300 children and innocent civilians, you are going to be answerable to this God who says, I have created you for family, for togetherness. I have created you so that you are brother and sister. Where is your sister? Where is your brother?
Crown Prince Haakon, would you like to add, comment, ask a question?
Thank you, Professor Schwab. I would just like to thank you for making this happen. Thank you, Archbishop Tutu. I think I speak for everyone when I just say we're so lucky that we're able to listen to you, learn from you. I've been looking at the faces here today, and I think that you really touch our lives in a meaningful way. So I want to thank you for that. I thought I'd tell a story from South Africa. It's not the same one. I was traveling in South Africa with an aid agency, and we were raising money for HIV/AIDS projects. And I went to this township, a very poor area, and I met this girl called Bungle. And she invited me into her house, and we sat down. And she was in the last stages of AIDS. You could tell from the way her skin looked and her face, and you could also tell that her energy was quite low. And we started talking, and I asked her, so maybe you could tell me a little bit about yourself. And she told me that she had become HIV positive. And in this area, when they didn't have access to drugs, this was a death sentence. And Bungle had all the right in the world to become bitter, to become angry, and maybe even self-destructive. I would definitely have understood that reaction. But Bungle made a different choice. She went out and she started talking to her peers about how they could avoid becoming HIV positive. And that's courageous in two ways. First of all, because it's taking up a difficult issue and talking about it, but also there's a lot of stigma attached to being HIV positive. A lot of people are socially excluded if they are open about their status. Bungle was. She went out and she talked to her peers about how they could avoid becoming infected, how they could make choices that would protect them. And she also made groups of other people who were HIV positive so that they could discuss and talk about and share and help each other in both that they were infected by this deadly virus, but also how to handle the stigma and how to handle to be discriminated against. And I remember thinking that it's amazing what Bungle is able to do. The leadership that she was showing has become a role model for me. And I'm thinking that it's good to have something to reach high. So even though she was my role model, obviously I fail every day. But I think that what she taught me was that it's incredible what you can do. And Bungle didn't have much resources. So if Bungle can do all this, what can't we then do with the resources that we have? So thank you again, Archbishop Tutu. Thank you, Pekka. I know you worked hard as well to make this happen.
Thank you, Crown Prince. John, any comment, addition?
Well, what wise man speaks after Desmond Tutu, I don't know, but it struck me that, Klaus, you're probably the most spiritual German engineer I've met.